Good morning from a super unusually beautifully bright, sunny, warm Northern Ireland. Today's video is a tractor video. As I said, I love a bit of variety in all my videos: tractors, diggers, welding, engineering, and everything in between. So super pumped. Got a brilliant event coming up in about a week and a half or 2 weeks time. We're going to a competitive tractor pull, and I'm absolutely buzzing to take my big girl here, Big Blue, and see what she can do. There's classes in the tractor pull, weight classes, and all of those classes are governed by the same rules, or sorry, different rules to each class. Similar rules, some of which being maximum drawbar height of 500 millimeters and maximum weight, depending on your category, of 5.5 tons, 7.5, 9.5 and 11.5 tons. I'm going to be cheeky and try and enter 2 weight classes if I can make up some weight frames that will make the weights quickly and easily detachable. If I can do that, then I'm going to enter the 9.5, which is the weight of my tractor with no weights, and the 11.5 ton category, which is my front weights and half a ton of weights to go on the back. So just in the process at the moment of making a frame to latch on to the top link bracket and hang the weights off it. Then I'll also be majorly tweaking the pump, the fuel pump. I'll be turning that up to maximum fuel on the screws that I can easily access. There's also going to be a dyno at this day, so I'll be able to do a dyno run and see what power the pump is producing with maximum fuel. The tractor's currently producing over 315 horsepower, 2,050 pounds-foot of torque, which is fantastic for a 7.5 litre engine. So yeah, I'll get screwdrivers and spanners out, and we'll get into the fuel pump with some diagrams and see what we can figure out and max out all of these screws. Irresponsible, some might say. It's a fun event, short event. I'll turn the power back down again after the event. I know that you cannot sustain load on an engine. It'll get too warm, your EGTs, your exhaust gas temperatures get too high, things like that. Your oil gets dirty very quickly. Everything's under tremendous load, so I know not to do that. So once the event's over, I'll be turning the power back down again. Won't do any harm over a short period of time, providing everything's in good health, good oil pressure, clean filters, etc, etc. So yeah, we'll turn the power up and get her going. So that's us halfway through fabricating a weight carrier for the rear. I'm just going to use the top link bracket. Top link bracket's extremely heavy on this tractor. I think the rear lift capacity in this tractor is 9 tons, so very strong. And this little bracket here is just to aid support. That's the pivot point to hold the weights up. We've bent a little curve to give clear access to the PTO shaft, because as I mentioned, there's also a dyno day at this pulling event as well, so I want to be able to reverse up to the PTO dynamometer. So yeah, so just mocked it up, and gonna finish the welding and hang some weights on it, and then finally take to the weighbridge after we get the welding completed. Take it to the weighbridge just to confirm the weight for the classes of pulling. It's just putting in a few little strengthening gussets and little end stoppers, and that's the weight frame finished. That's it all welded up. Just have to muscle it up into place, slide the pin in, job done. So that's it mounted. As you can imagine, I can fit a large rack of weights right across the back now. That's how it hitches into the top link. I'm delighted with that. Clears everything just lovely. So yeah, I'm looking for half a ton of these weights, and that's us up to the 11.5 weight category. So yeah, stay tuned. Next we will be fiddling the life out of the pump to see how much horsepower we can extract from standard fuel pump, standard turbo, standard injectors. So I have the diagrams for RSV governor. I have a simplified diagram showing the workings. I'll post these in the videos, and you can pause the video and study them. I'll post these in the videos, and you can pause the video and study them. So turning up the diesel, as I said, don't do it unless you're mechanically minded. So there's a clear shot of the torque capsule screw with the Allen key on the inside, the outer screw, and then the much larger lock nut on the outside. So I have screwed in the inner Allen key, I've released the lock nut and screwed. I'll get a pointer to show you what I mean. So this one is the outer, and this is the lock nut. So I've screwed out the inner Allen key, I've screwed in the outer nut, and then retightened the lock nut afterwards. So that is all available fuel from both of these screws. And then I'll be setting up my idle speed with the top one, which is the main idle screw, and the secondary one. I'll be doing this according to this sheet here. If you wish to pause the screen and read it through, these are the exact instructions of which I follow. So in order to set this top screw number 1, I will have to have the filter on and the tractor running, and I'll adjust it and then check the RPMs as displayed on the dash. And we are looking for 850 revs per minute. So I'll put all the covers back on and put the filter back on, bleed it up, and adjust that will be the final thing. There's one more screw that can be adjusted, which is the main governor spring, but I'm not going to bother because it's buried deep inside the pump and not very accessible. That's the main governor spring there, and that is the little screw on the bottom. I'll show you on the simplified drawing. That's the screw there, or that's the spring, and that's the screw. So in order to access the screw, that's the accelerator lever arm there. That is an idle speed position, which rotates the screw upwards. And to access that screw, you have to remove the entire AFC controller, and that let you down inside. You come in the top and adjust that screw, but I don't think I'm going to bother with that. I reckon I'll have enough power to do the job. There's also going to be a dyno at this show, so I'll be able to dyno it and see what power I actually have gained. The last time the tractor was dynoed, it was approximately 315 horsepower and 2,050 pounds-foot of torque. So I'll do a very, very short dyno pull to try and ascertain maximum horsepower, but I don't think I will drag it down to find out maximum torque, because that's when the exhaust gas temperatures go through the roof. So I'll put this little cover back on, keep the engine oil in, it's leaking out of the pump. The fuel pump's lubricated by the main engine oil feed, so whenever you take that cover off, oil will leak out, don't be alarmed. And it will refill itself off the main feed. I'll tell you what, lads, she's getting the diesel now. Oh, aye. Just trying to straighten my drawbar because big girl keeps bending it into shape. I'll stick it the 50-ton press and give it a bend. So that's the drawbar straightened and the top jaw removed. So what I have to do now is build on a second top jaw set to a maximum of 500 millimeters. Because it's so long, as you've seen, it was bending. I'll also have to build a support bracket onto the back of the tractor, so that's the next step, and then weld into a new drawbar. So that's it all welded up on the top support, so no more bending this nose down now that it's tied on to these top bolts. Previously the chain being hooked on here was pulling down that way. So yeah, definitely not going to bend now. Ugly as sin, but under time pressure here to get it done. So yeah, just got her done, get her out and ready to play. So that's a towing eye set at exactly 500 mil, and yeah, she's ready to go. Weight frame ready to fill up. Nearly time to go play. So yeah, I think we'll go and have a look and see how my dad's getting on with his tractors. He's taken 3 tractors and he's having to put weight frames on some of those and wheel weights and things. So yeah, we'll go and have a look at those. So yeah, just calling up for a nosy at my dad's tractors that he's taken to the pull, and we have the fantastic Ford engined 141 Muir Hill, which is an absolute little powerhouse, pocket rocket. I believe it's going in the 7.5 ton class, and as you can see, he's made an extra weight frame. This should go incredibly well based on a number of factors. It's very nose heavy bias, these tractors always were. With this weight in the front, it should almost be lifting the back tires off the ground. The beauty of this in the smaller pulling classes is the sled works with a chain from lower down. Therefore, it will give lots more weight transfer onto the back tires when pulling hard. That means that the weight on the front will be much more effective as the chain tries to pull the back of the tractor hard into the ground. The weight in the front obviously counterbalances that, and will give a much more even traction over the 4 wheels. So this should do very well. Quite a powerful little tractor, as I mentioned. I think standard from the factory, they were approximately 165 horse according to the brochures, or 163, strange number I think it is, or 167, I can't remember. But anyway, this tractor has been turned up a little bit. The last time it was on the dyno, it was making 140 horsepower at the shaft, which look absolutely fantastic. And it's not often you see a county sort of sitting down on the ass a little bit. And towards the front, you can see he has some wheel weights mounted to the front rims. He's went to a lot of time and effort. Making adapter brackets. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this big old girl performs. I'm not too sure which class it's entering. I could possibly be 9.5, although I thought with all these weights it would be heavier, but it's either 9.5 or 11.5. If it's 11.5 tons, it's going to be up against some seriously stiff competition in the form of giant modern tractors. So there's a lot of hardcore county fans out there. This is pretty much considered the holy grail of county tractors. The 1884, which is the biggest model they made, which was based on the TW30, TW35 Ford. And these are highly collectible in the UK, so much so that the last few of these sold at auction made approximately £200,000 or thereabouts. So very sought after classic tractor. Great to see my father getting this out, using it, playing with it, working it hard, and putting on a show with it. Quite a lot of Nancy collectors polish them up, put them away, wrap them in cotton wool, and don't get me wrong, it's nice to see a lovely example sitting pristine, but hey, there's nothing better than getting them out there and having fun with them. So yeah, look forward to that. Next one going is this old girl here, and she's going in the 5.5 ton class, and I believe it's just about 5.5 ton with no weights. Reasonable tires on the back, but it will still be going against modern 4-wheel drives. So I don't know how that will go. It will do pretty well based on the fact it's two-wheel drive. The geometry and the weight layout of the tractor should ensure that it will perform as, put it like this, it will perform better than a four-wheel drive tractor in two-wheel drive, if you understand what I mean. Don't know how it will go against four-wheel drives, but nonetheless it'll be a bit of fun and always interesting to make those comparisons. So yeah, watch out for this one. So yeah, see what happens next. So that's it, guys. Pump adjusted. As I said, the only one that didn't screw was the main governor spring. If I'm not happy with how it performs at this tractor pull, then I'll maybe investigate that, but that's every other screw maxed out, and we'll see how she goes. So yeah, wish me luck. If you click the subscribe, you'll get notified when the tractor pull video goes up, the competition day itself. And if this video was useful to you and you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up and I will keep bringing you content like this. Appreciate your support, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, check out my Instagram. You'll find a few photos and things that don't make it onto YouTube. And I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe. Over and out.